G'day everyone, it's Joe here from thekissprinciple.net with your weekly word for Wednesday. I'm so glad I managed to string those words together. Hey, how about that? Anyway, weekly word time. I was walking through the shops and it's only just a few weeks now before Christmas, and I am just amazed on the amount of consumerism there is out there. I mean, you look at people just with trolleys full of stuff. People are just addicted to stuff. And that kind of bothers me these days, because you see, it can set up what I reckon is a false sense of reality. Unless I have got the latest this or the latest that, the car, house, other things, unless I've got the latest iPhone X or 10, I'm not going to be happy. And those of us that, of course, haven't got a lot of money maybe to spend, we can get ourselves in a rut. We can feel down, we can feel depressed because we haven't got what we see that the Smiths have got or the Joneses have got, But, on the flip side here, I know people that have got, literally money to blow, if I can say that, and yet I still see them and they are one of the most unhappiest people in the world. So let me bring this back to what the Apostle Paul said in the New Testament. He said, I've learned to be happy when I don't have as much, but I've also learned to be happy when I do have a lot. So in other words, our happiness and our contentment is not based on the stuff that we have. And look, really, to be quite honest, we live in a country here in Australia. We live in a nation. We're not in a third world. We do have, really, when we look at the big picture of things, a lot of stuff. So the first part of the weekly word for you is to learn to be content first. Now, does that mean that I can't ask God for stuff? No, that does not mean that. But this is what I teach my kids. I tell my kids, if there's something that you'd really like, give it to God, pray, continue to live for God, and do things His way, and allow Him to bring you those blessings. Because you see, when God brings you the blessings, you'll be happy, you'll be satisfied, you'll be content. You didn't feel like you had to struggle for it or put it on credit card or anything like that and spend the rest of next year trying to pay it all off so that you can feel like that you're possibly happy or content. So learn to be satisfied. If you've got a dream out there, something that you'd like, commit it to God, write it down, let Him do it for you. So that's first part for the weekly word. Here's the second part, and that is, be a good steward with what you already have got. Now, say for example, you're saying, God, I need another car because, this car that I've got, it's giving me trouble, that sort of thing. Okay, well, when was the last time you vacuumed your car? When was it the last time you took out papers and maybe burger wrappers or other stuff that's, under the seat, got all the dust out of it, cleaned the windows, washed it, that kind of thing? Or, your house. I'd like to maybe believe God for another house. Okay, are you taking care of where you're living at right now? Is your house full of clutter? Do you need to maybe declutter? Do you need to dust or clean? Take pride in the stuff that you've got. Now, I know the Bible says we're not meant to be proud, meant to be humble, but let's see, take care and satisfaction. Okay, look after what we already have got. God has given them to us to look after. It kind of grieves me as a parent, when I buy my kids, excuse me, a present or something, and next thing I see is that they've just left it lying around on the ground. That really grieves me as a parent. And I believe it grieves the heart of God when He can see that we've already been entrusted to, which what I believe is a lot of stuff in this nation. And yet we tend to be complacent and we don't look after it. We sort of treat it kind of flippantly. So that's the challenge for you on that one. Go back and just spend some time looking after your belongings, taking care of them, being thankful for what you've got. I may not have an iPhone X, but hang on, I've got a 5S. All right, clean it up. Maybe get a new screen protector and a case for it. I can afford one of them, Just go back to just taking care of all that stuff. So there you go. That is for you, the weekly word. As always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There's lots of cool videos up here. Subscribe to this channel, thekissprinciple.net. Also like us on our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram. My name's Joe. You have yourself a great week.